Hello, welcome to part 3 of making this bag. Or if you're here just to learn how to make a drawstring pouch, welcome as well. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is part 3 on how to make this acrylic plate beaded bag. Stunning bag it is. But if you're here just to learn how a simple way to make a drawstring pouch, you're welcome as well. Let's get right into the materials. So I use a satin material. I've got pins, clips, scissors, two scissors, needle, thread, ribbon, and some beads. The other things I forgot to add were, apart from the tape, of course, that you need chalk, you need a lighter, and then you need a safety pin. Grab a paper and a pen while you're at it anyway. Okay, so I made this pouch in a way that it will fit the entire pouch, and I'm going to explain in a minute. So just go ahead and write down like the round and the height of your bag. So the initial measurements of the squares of this bag were 5 inches, but obviously because I've added beads there, it's more than that. So this bag, the circumference, like going around the bag, was 23 inches, but I added an extra 2 inches, so I made it 25. That's because I'd rather have more fabric than less, if that makes sense, because I know I do tend to make mistakes, so I did 25. Then for the height, because I wanted to make this to be specific to the bag, and because of the drawstring effect, I made it way longer. I think I made like 12 inches for the height, 12 to 15. Yeah, it was 15. I made it 15 inches for the height. Was it 15? Because I needed to fold the inside to make like the space for the drawstring. Everything is going to make sense eventually as you watch this video. Do not fear, I am here for you. So those are the two measurements that you need. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a tiny diagram so you can see what I'm doing. So we need a long rectangle like that. The height of our rectangle, as you can see, is 15 inches. And then I am going to, then the width, which is the circumference, is 25 inches. Yeah, everything around. And then the fold, as you can see, I am showing you like the fold where the drawstring is going to be, and the ribbons, that's just like my short diagram. Okay, my fold was 2.5 inches, which is why I made that very long, but you guys will get it as we go on. Right, if our entire bag is 25 inches, that means we need just take 25 divided by 2. We have 12.5, obviously, if you know how to do math. I don't know why I said the writing 2.5 in the first place. um just That's just because if we fold our fabric in half, obviously we're going to have 12.5 on one side, 12.5 on the other side. If you join it, yeah, okay, so that gives it 25 inches. So make sure that you have a fold under your fabric under you. All right, my table was so small. So where the fold is, that is where the bottom of our fabric is going to be. So I am simply, we're using the two measurements we're using is 15 inches for the height, and this is me measuring the height first with my measuring tape, just 15 inches. And please, I hope for your sake that everything that you're marking is on the wrong side of your fabric. I started marking on the right side. I don't know what I was thinking. So mark on the wrong side with a chalk, preferably, not a pen. Yeah, don't be like me. Yeah, do what I say, not what I do sometimes. So then I'm going to go ahead and mark 12 inches, 12.5 inches. And I like to have the extra inches because apart from the fact that I can make a mistake, there's also the fact that I have to fold this fabric twice. You're going to see in a bit. So I'm just marking like different lengths of the 12.5 inches. Then I'm going to mark different lengths of the 15 inches, just so that everything matches up. Okay, then I'm going to grab my scissors. I am using my, what's it called, fishing line thingy to hold my fabric in place. Then I'll just take my fabric scissors and I'm cutting. Did you notice I even cut above the line a bit? Because I am paranoid. about making a mistake, okay? I'm always so paranoid about making a mistake when it comes to fabric. I do like working with fabric, but it scares me. It feels like I have no control over it, which is why I prefer crocheting in a way, which makes no sense. But yet here we are, okay? So we've cut our fabric. We just need a long rectangle like this. Yeah, and the next thing that we're going to do is to fold the entire rectangle just like that, and then we're going to sew it. Now this entire project can be done by hand sewing. It can, especially if you're going for like a smaller fabric, it'll be easy. But if you've got the time, my darling, go ahead and hand sew the big fabric. It was not meant for me. Like, I've got other tutorials on how to make pouches on the channel. You can check those out. I did do hand sewing. So I was trying to like bend it to like keep it in place, but it was being stubborn. So I did the old school method, that is folding your fabric, going to the edge of whatever, a table or a chair, and just, I don't know if I should use the word, grating the fabric up and down till it gives that nice fold. It just feels like you've ironed the fabric basically. So this is me with my mini sewing machine. Don't think this thing is a toy. This thing works. So I'm just going to that fold and I am sewing my fabric down. I just folded it once, and this is part of the fold that takes off the inches that we wanted at the beginning. So I just sewed all around the fabric, and this is me just using a lighter to burn off all those frayed edges because we don't want that. So our entire fabric is sewed all around the corner, all four corners, okay? And this is me doing that fold that I was telling you about, yeah? So remember we did 2.5 inches of fold, so I'm just adjusting it, 2.5 inches of fold. Okay, this is me just trying to adjust it as much as I can. Then from where the half inch is, I am going to take my pen. Hopefully you've got a chalk, my love. Hopefully you've got a chalk. And then where it is a quarter, 1.25 inch, I'm going to mark my pen there, 1.75 inches. So basically the distance of our channel for our ribbon is 3/4 inches. So if you want to go from top to bottom of your tape, it is 1.75 inches that I'm marking that line on. And I'm also marking it on the main body of the fabric just so that I can sew on a straight line, because your girl can't. Okay, do not come for me. Okay, sewing is not my forte. I love sewing. I do love sewing, and I will, you know, learn it perfectly eventually. But for now, I can't work on a straight line, so I need to mark everything. So I start off by sewing the first channel, which is on top, the main fold, on the lines that I have just drawn, that is on top of the fold. I feel like what you guys are seeing, you guys will be able to tell what I'm doing than what I'm saying. I feel like I'm speaking jargon. It's hard to explain these things honestly. And then when I'm done sewing that one side, I sew now on the fold itself, like the tippity last end of the fold. That makes like the second channel. I'm sewing on top the first sewing that we did, and this is what it's looking like. Oh, it's nice and neat. So you're just going to do that on both sides, and we have our channel. Now we are just going to sew the entire thing together. Honestly, if you hand sew this is going to be so simple, so easy to do. I remember the first tutorials I used to do on this, they use like two different fabrics, but I learned how to do it with just one straight fabric. So this is us just joining the entire thing. So you're going to join from the top to where the first sewing is. Do not sew the channel, okay? Then you're going to skip over the channel, and then you're going to sew from the bottom of that channel to the end, and you're going to repeat the same thing on the other side, and you are going to be done. No, please go and do the other side. Did I say you should? Did I say that? Yeah, go and do the. I don't know why I'm doing this. Just yeah, just sew both sides, but don't sew the channel. Skip over the channel. That's all I'm saying. So you're just going to turn everything inside out. As you can see, our channel is still open. Lovely. Now you're going to grab your ribbon and your safety pin, And hopefully you have a bigger ribbon size than me. I prefer it, yeah. Have a thicker ribbon size than me. That one is too tiny. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so I'm just folding my ribbon and then I'm inserting my safety pin into the fold. Then I am going to insert my safety pin into the channel and then I'm going to go around the channel that we left open, and then we are going to go to the first end and we're just going to pass that first end, and then we're going to keep pushing it through the channel till we get back to where we started from. Okay, so we're just pushing it using our safety pin. Lovely job. And then when we get to the end over here, we're just going to pull everything out. Cut that. And then we're going to repeat the exact same thing on the other side. Fold up your ribbon, insert your safety pin, then on the other side, and then you are just going to push your ribbon into the channel. I know it feels like I'm joking or I'm making fun when I'm making these tutorials. This is honestly like the way I just do it. I like to make jokes here and there because it makes me not to take things too seriously where everything gets so boring and I don't feel like doing it. So I beg your pardon if nothing's funny for you. Yeah, that's the way I cope because making these tutorials are hard to record and everything. So I just make jokes here and there. So I'm just going to grab like a bead, two beads actually, and then I am going to put them in the edges of the ribbons. Obviously, make sure that whatever bead that you use is bigger, um, is big basically, so that it doesn't pass through your channel just in case you decide to pull very hard against your ribbon, so it doesn't, get lost somewhere in your channel. So you're just going to tie the edges of the ribbon when you're done. And I think this was a very simple tutorial. I don't know what to say. You're just going to tie it and then you're going to cut the excess of the ribbon at the end and then you're going to burn it. I did forget to record the cutting part, so this is me reburning what I'd already burned, just so you guys can see. And yeah, our ribbon is done. You just need to shove it into your bag and then we are done. That's it in there. I did say in the vlog of the behind the scenes of how I made this entire bag, which that video is up on my YouTube channel called Diary of a Multi Niche. If you do want to see how to cover up the top of bags like this, just so your things don't drop out, I've got two methods in my head on how to cover them up. Just let me know down in the comment section if you want that sort of tutorial. Thank you for watching all the parts. Links are in the description. I'll see you in my next video.